Evening, that's it. And Sir,
James Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, I have a warrant here out of San Marcos Justice Court in Maricopa County. Charges go back to 2008.
Thought I paid all that stuff off, but I guess I missed one.
It looks like a criminal damage and a disorderly conduct, and maybe it's a failure to pay fine. Because you've got that felony hold, we'll leave the $250 bond in place.
Felony hold.
You do have a felony hold, yeah.
I don't have.
Oh, he has no hold?
No. I'm supposed to go to rehab. I get released from this thing right here.
So Judge, sounds like the jail is just telling me he doesn't have a felony hold, so.
If
I feel
I-
so.
They were only
Okay.
misdemeanors.
Right, I was looking at somebody else.
Oh, it's Mr. Thomas. He has a felony. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I just didn't look far enough.
Okay.
There's 3 James Johnsons and I didn't look far enough.
Oh, okay.
My error.
Oh, good, Judge.
All right, so I will release you on this, but you need to contact San Marcos Justice Court if you're not available to appear, because your next court date is October the 28th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
And if you don't show up there, then they're gonna issue a warrant.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You bet. I don't think we're right straight here. Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Thomas?
Mr. Thomas. I have a warrant here charging you with burglary And domestic violence aggravated harassment alleged to have occurred on August the 15th of this year. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. State has requested a hold without bond. So you will be held without bond on this matter. There will be a no bond hearing on October the 22nd at 2:30. Preliminary arraignment is currently set for October 24th at 1:30. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with the victims, no returning to the incident location of the victim's residence or workplaces. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'd suggest you not discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. All right, thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Judge, may I be briefly excused?
You may.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Sure, and who's?
Mr. Anton. I have a number of things here for you. We'll start with the matter out of South Tucson. Charges alleged to have occurred on June 15th of last year for domestic violence assault. Looks like you were supposed to be in court in September. Bond requested was $200 cash. I'll appoint Michael Vaughn to represent you, hold you on a $200 cash bond. No contact with the alleged victim. No acts of domestic violence. Not to go to the victim's residence or workplace. I'd suggest you not discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. Your next court date will be on the 20th. That's Monday at 10 a.m. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. Do you understand that? You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I also have a number of warrants here for you out of Tucson City Court. We'll start with charges from June the 19th for domestic violence assault. Failing to appear.
The brewer, the participants are good. For focus.
We have charges from October 16th of last year for criminal trespass, obstruction that is failing to provide truthful name, and failing to appear in court. That's 3301 South 6th. Possession of paraphernalia, October 24th of last year, failing to appear among other times on November the 6th of last year. criminal trespass, November 15th of last year, 3402 South Sixth. Possession of paraphernalia, March 13th of this year, failing to appear in court. And then charges for domestic violence assault on June 19th of last year. We'll reappoint the city public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Bond is $2,500 cash. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. No contact with Gabrielle Cipriano. You don't go to near her residence or workplace, or to 3301 South Sixth or 3402 South Sixth. And I'd suggest that you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Anton.
Or
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Cheyenne Barton.
Ms. Barton. I have a pretty good sized stack of files here for you. I have a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting, January 6th of 2023. Failing to appear on January 31st of 2023. And it looks like you were supposed to be in court on June 6th of 2023 and did not appear then.
Sorry.
I'm going to appoint Robin Ald to represent you on these charges.
Good.
Next court date will be on this will be Monday at 1. I'll reduce the bond on this to $250. You're not to return to the incident location, possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. I also have a stack of files here out of Tucson City Court. I have charges for possession of paraphernalia alleged to have occurred earlier today. Charges that go back to November of 2020 for domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, and contributing to dependency of a minor. Actually, 3 counts of disorderly conduct. Along with multiple failures to appear, it looks like you signed up to do monitor diversion back in 2021. You didn't complete the counseling, didn't show up in court. Charges for domestic violence disorderly conduct, September 1st of 2022. Failing to appear in court. Charges for possession of paraphernalia on October the 5th of last year, failing to appear on October the 16th. Possession of paraphernalia, possession of prescription drug on April 19th of this year, failing to appear on April the 30th. Criminal trespass, July 10th of this year, failing to appear on July the 23rd. Charges from October the 5th. Criminal trespass, possession of paraphernalia, possession of prescription-only drug. Looks like you were supposed to be in court yesterday.
Yeah.
Bond is $500. If you post the bond, your next court date will be November the 18th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Tucson City Court. No alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with the victims. Don't go to the victim's residence or workplaces. Don't go back to the incident location. Substance abuse assessment and treatment. If you have not posted the bond, you'll be seen on video on October the 28th at 1:45 or thereabouts, unless your attorney asks to move that. Right? Thank you, Ms. Barton.
Go back. Anything else?
Thank you. Which I'm going.
Oh, and check the JP court misdemeanor hold and just note misdemeanor.
Which one?
Check JP court hold
Okay.
and note misdemeanor. Good evening, I'm Judge Shad, and you, sir, are
Hey, Judge, go.
Mr. Chacon. Citation charging you with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault. Your next court date on this matter is going to be November the 19th. At 10 o'clock in the morning in the Marana City Court. Do you understand that you need to be present at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Conditions of release: no alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with Carolyn Chacon. You don't go to her residence or workplace. You can go back with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. You don't leave the state of Arizona. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chacon.
Thank you.
Gardner. You still has their time.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Mr. Gardner.
Mr. Gardner. I have a number of things here for you. I have warrants out of 3 different jurisdictions, as well as new charges from today. All right, so I have warrants out of Marana. Charges from August of 2022 for resisting arrest, failing to appear on June the 28th of 2023. It also looks like you're supposed to be in court the end of August of that year. Of additional charges from April 9th of 2022 for shoplifting and possession of paraphernalia. So you'd appear on June 28th of 2023. And again, it looks like you're supposed to be in court on August the 29th as well. We'll appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you on this. Hold you on a $350 bond. Your court date will be Monday at about noon on video. If you're out of custody, you need to be in Marana City Court. Then I have a couple of warrants out of Pima County Justice Court. We'll appoint Ms. Altshuler to represent you on these matters as well. Your bond is $350. Excuse me. Take that back. Your bond will total will be $500 on these charges. You don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't return to the incident location. Well, on this. And your court date right now is scheduled for Monday at 1 o'clock. I don't know that that's going to work out since you've got a noon in Marana, so. On this, your bond will be $500. I have current charges charging you with camping in the wash. Charges for shoplifting that go back to May 19th of 2022. Failure to appear on July 25th of 2022. It's like you were in custody in May of 2023. Then you didn't show up in July of 2023. You were also in custody in August of 2022. Didn't show up in September of 2022. Charges for criminal trespass, April 29th of 2022. Multiple failures to appear. Charges from August 16th of last year for possession of prescription-only drug, possession of paraphernalia, failing to appear on August 29th of last year. Possession of paraphernalia, July 8th of last year, failing to appear on July 22nd. Charges from August 10th of last year for possession of paraphernalia and failing to appear. We'll appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. That'll be $250. If you post the bond, records December the 1st at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you haven't posted the bond, you'll be seen on October the 28th, sometime after 1:45 in the afternoon. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't go to the Wash near 177 North Freeway, to Coles, to 3645 East Speedway. And if you're out of custody, substance abuse assessment and treatment. You understand that?
Um,
Thank you, Mr. Gardner.
Is it?
I'll appoint Robin Auld to represent you on these charges. Next court date will be Monday at 1 o'clock. Bond is $500. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with the victims. Don't go to the victim's residence or workplace. And if you're out of custody, you'll need to get into substance abuse assessment and treatment. Do you understand that? And I have a stack of files here for you out of Tucson City Court. I have current charges charging you with possession of paraphernalia. I have charges from September 5th of last year. 3 counts of possession of paraphernalia, possession of paraphernalia, possession of 2 counts and 1 count of possession of prescription-only drugs, 2 counts of paraphernalia along with failure to appear. That was September 5th of last year. September 24th of last year, 3 counts of possession of paraphernalia, again, failing to appear in court. October 1st of last year, possession of paraphernalia, possession of prescription-only drug, failing to appear in court. And charges from July 4th of this year, 2 counts of possession of paraphernalia, 1 count of failing to appear on August the 6th. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges because you're being held on the other matters. But you will be released on these with a court date of December the 12th at 9 a.m. If you're still in custody, then the Public Defender's Office will have spoken with you, well, they'll speak with you in any event. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. You're not to return to the vicinity of the freeway between Congress and Speedway. Do you understand that? And if you're out of custody, substance abuse assessment and treatment. Looks like there's another warrant here that I missed, also on domestic violence charges. I'll release you on this, but set it with the same court dates that I set on your other matters in justice court. Thank you.
Go back to the.
Homer, do you want to look at? Let me look at the book. Yeah, no. I need to look at that. You've got one of them as JP, but they're both Marana. Nope, they're both from Marana. Take a look at them. I mean, there may be an error on the booking sheet, but they're both Marana. The citation says Marana, though. Doesn't it? Doesn't say JP on it. But it's the same location. Yeah, I doubt that they'll be able to get hold of them, but yeah, all right. Nah, I know what I'll do. Thank you. Mhm. No, really. And I've got a couple of things here for you. Cited into two different courts, and I'm not sure why, but we'll try and get that straightened out. I have charging from September the 9th, charging you with threats and intimidation, domestic and use of electronic means to threaten physical harm. Will appoint Janet Altshuler to represent you on these charges. Bond will be $250. Court date will be Monday at noon. You're not to have contact with the victim in this matter. You're not to commit acts of domestic violence. You're not to go to the victim's residence or workplace. Then we have charges from today. For domestic violence, disorderly conduct. Alleged to have occurred in the vicinity of what was your residence.
Was,
That's correct. You're not going back there. Do you understand that?
yes, Your Honor.
You can go back with law enforcement to get your personal belongings.
I have,
And again, bond on this will be $250. Court date will be Monday at 1 o'clock. Ms. Altshuler will also represent you on this. Again, no contact with the alleged victim in the 9-9 case. You don't go to the victim's residence, work, or incident location. You can go back with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. Do you understand that?
yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, just to make sure, are we discussing the case of Julian Casey?
Correct.
Okay.
He has two sets of charges. Set of charges from September the 9th and charges from today. They're set in two different courts. It's the way the officer charged them, and I can't change that.
Why can I not go to my residence if they're not domestic charges?
There is, today's charges are domestic charges. Are domestic violence.
That's not what I was told.
Well, that's what I told you, but, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Good evening, Deputy Shade, you, sir.
Jeremiah Lopez, Your Honor.
Mr. Lopez, warrant here out of Earl Valley. Charges, it looks like from hard to tell, sometime earlier this year, though, for driving on a suspended license and then failing to appear in court. Because you do have a felony hold for failing to appear at sentencing, I'll hold you on a $100 bond on this matter. Appoint Richard Glenn to represent you on these charges. Set a court date for Wednesday, the 22nd at 10:30 in the morning. That'll be a video review hearing. Right. Thank you, Mr. Lopez.
Thank you.
Matthew.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shayed, and you, sir, are
Mark Matthews.
Mr. Matthews. I have a warrant here out of Pima County Justice Court. Unfortunately, I can't quite tell what the charges are. But it looks like you failed to appear in court. Pretrial services is previously.
I think I didn't know it was miscarried upon me. I just got out of court a month ago. I thought I had like 2 months or something.
No,
Um,
and it looks like you were supposed to be in court in Tucson City Court just a few days ago. My question is,
Oh really?
if you're released, do you understand you need to appear in court?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, no alcohol and illegal drugs. You don't violate any laws. Your next court date on the Justice Court matter is going to be October the 27th at 8:30 in the morning
Okay.
in the Pima County Justice Court.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure that you appear this time.
I will. Where's it at again?
It'll be on your paperwork. You're going to get 2 sets of.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have
Okay.
charges out of Tucson City Court for possession of a shopping cart on August the 9th of this year and failing to appear in court a couple of different times.
Huh. I think I mean I remember they just kept on about me again. I guess.
You understand that you can't possess a shopping cart.
Yes, ma'am.
Those belong to the store.
Okay.
Your next court date in Tucson City Court is going to be November the 18th at 9 o'clock in the morning. You also need to be present in court at that time.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Matthews.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Bruno Morgan.
the warrant here charging you with possession of paraphernalia. We'll appoint Adam Waters to represent you on this charge. You do have a warrant, felony charge with failure to appear. So we'll hold you a $100 bond on this matter. You're not to return to the incident location. And no alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand that? Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Good evening, I'm Judge State, and you, sir, are
Douglas Moyer.
Mr. Moore.
Good evening.
Citation here charging you with possession of paraphernalia alleged to have occurred this morning. Your next court date on this matter is going to be October the 27th at 8:30 in the morning, the Pima County Justice Court. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to see what you can do about getting into substance abuse assessment and treatment. You understand you need to be present at that time.
Yes.
And I also have a warrant out of Tucson City Court for soliciting from a median and failing to appear. Your next court date on this matter is going to be the 19th of November at 1:30 in the afternoon. Again, no alcohol or illegal drug, substance abuse assessment and recommended treatment. You don't return to the vicinity of Speedway and Craycroft. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you need assistance with finding a place to get treatment or other matters, check with the transition center on your way out of the building. They've got two court dates, two different courts. You need to appear at both of them. Do you understand that?
Yeah, Sharon.
Right? Thank you, Mr. Moyer. Oh, hold on.
Hey.
I just noticed that you've got a felony warrant. So I'm gonna change that around a little bit.
Here, but they don't have to, okay, so they have no.
All right, so on the city court, on the justice court matter, we'll leave it as it is. On the city court matter, we'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you, release you on the charges, and set a court date of December the 12th at 9 o'clock. If you're out of custody at that time, you need to appear. If you're still in custody, then public defender's office will keep you informed and also keep the court and the prosecutor's office informed. All right, thank you. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are? Jail, the microphone's muted. Jail, the microphone is mute. Thank you. Your name, sir?
Miller Rivera?
I have a couple of things here for you. I have warrant out of Marana. Charges from September 22nd of 2022 for possession of paraphernalia, along with 4 failures to appear. At least. We'll appoint Janet Altshuler to represent you on these charges, hold you on a $350 cash bond. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Next court date will be Monday at noon. I have a stack of files out of Tucson City Court. Current charges are criminal trespass and possession of paraphernalia. Alleged to have occurred today. Criminal trespass, February 17th of 2021, along with multiple failures to appear. Charges for criminal trespass and possession of paraphernalia, January 21st of 2023. Again, along with multiple failures to appear. Remaining in the park after hours on June 5th of 2023. Failure to appear. Shoplifting, September 23rd of last year. Shoplifting and possession of paraphernalia, December 27th of last year, along with failure to appear. We'll appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these matters. Bond will be $250. If you post the bond, your court date's November the 19th at 2. If you haven't posted the bond, you'll be seen next Friday at about 1:45. You're not to go to the incident locations. That's 303 West Flores, 202 East Speedway, the Estevan Park, 4320 North Oracle, or 9615 East Old Spanish Trail. Substance abuse assessment and treatment. Thank you, Mr. Rivera. All right, Alma, what do I need to fix?
Hello, Judge.
Hang on, we're trying to straighten out some paperwork on someone else, but just hang on.
Okay.
Josh, we've got a bunch of files for Anton, right?
Anton, yeah, there were several.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're good on that.
There was like 6 or so.
Yeah, go ahead and correct it. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Ronald Andrews?
Mr. Andrews.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
person charging you with domestic violence assault, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. Looks like it's alleged to have occurred earlier today. Oh, that wasn't very nice. There's a computer issue. It'll take me just a moment to fix this.
Okay.
Your next court date on these matters is going to be November the 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon in the Tucson City Court. I understand that you need to be present at that time,
Yes, I will be.
right? No alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence.
Okay.
You need to work on getting a behavioral health and a substance abuse assessment and comply with any recommended treatment.
Okay.
Center right outside the jail can help you finding a location and perhaps even with temporary housing.
Okay, perfect.
Right? Thank you, Mr. Andrews.
Okay, thank you.
Triggers.
Yeah.
Because you read them, just.
No, I thought I had those straight. They're the same date, but different times. Hmm? So it pulled over when I didn't realize it had pulled over is what you're telling me. All right, it's fixed. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Ron Burgess.
Mr. Burgess. I have a warrant here out of Tucson City Court. Petition to revoke your probation. We'll reappoint the city public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Your next court date will be October 27th at 1:45 in the afternoon. Bond is $500. If you post the bond, you need to appear. If you haven't posted the bond, you'll be seen on video. No acts of domestic violence, and you need to comply with your probation, which means complying with your treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Burgess.
Well,
I got it.
Sir.
Solid waste.
Oops. Yeah.
Good evening, Judge Hayden, you are
Christopher Douglas.
Mr. Douglas. I have charges here from September the 15th, charging you with soliciting from a vehicle on the median, failing to appear in court, charges for criminal trespass on October the 12th, and charges for criminal trespass, possession of proofs of only drug, possession of paraphernalia alleged to have occurred today. Your next court date on these is going to be November the 18th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the Tucson City Court. Do you understand that you must be present at that time?
Yes.
You're not to go back to the vicinity of Grant and Freeway or within 2 blocks of 1400 West Grant. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Substance abuse assessment and recommended treatment. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Douglas. You can check in with the transition center. They may be able to help you with temporary housing and certainly with finding substance abuse treatment. All right. Thank you.
It's pleasure.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening. And you, sir, are
Stephen Albert Esparza.
Mr. Esparza. I have quite a number of things here for you. I have charges from violation of a court order that go back to November of 2019, along with multiple failures to appear. Most recent looks like last November. Disorderly conduct and threats and intimidation, February 21st of 2020. Again, multiple failures to appear. Remaining in the park or unlawful park action park restroom on June 30th of 2021. Again, multiple failures to appear. Remaining in the park after hours on June 30th of 2021. Again, multiple failures to appear. 2 counts of criminal, possession of paraphernalia, 1 count of criminal trespass, July 17th of last year. Again, failing to appear. Charged for criminal trespass on May 22nd of this year, failing to appear. 2 counts of possession of paraphernalia on June 3rd of this year, failures to appear. We'll appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges.
Your Honor, is there any way I could just? I mean, I thought I went to court a year ago for all this, and I thought this was all taken care of. A lot of those charges are not even mine. That's not me, man. A couple of those are from the after hours. Those are mine, but those other ones those are not. That's not me.
Well,
I don't know.
you'll talk to your attorney about it, but
T- I don't know how that happened because I went to court a year ago today. It was a
well, you didn't come to court on lots of dates according to this. All right, we'll appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges.
Can I just?
You're not to go back to Santa Rita Park or the vicinity of Cushing in the freeway. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Bond is $250. If you post the bond, then your court date is November the 14th at 9:30 in the morning in Tucson City Court.
I'm gonna be held here till then.
No, not necessarily. That's if you're out of custody. Your court date, if
I
you're
will-
still in, let me finish, please.
Yes, ma'am.
If you do not post the bond, you'll be seen on video on October the 28th at about 1:45, unless your attorney asks to move that.
I don't have any to post a bond.
Because of your failure to appear history.
Same, right? See.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Esparza.
So am I held in jail now? Ma'am,
Yes, you are on a $250 bond.
and then if I can't pay it, I still to November 19th?
No, October the 28th is your next court date.
And then what happens then?
October 28th is your court date, and then there's be decided through there. Best bet you can do is just talk to your attorney from there.
So I'm gonna have to be in court for all these days?
It's all on one date.
Am I being released tonight?
No, if you post a $250 bond, you'll be released.
And then if I don't, I have the money, I have to stay here?
Until October 28th is your next court date.
How many days is that now?
Today's the 17th, so it'll be 11 days.
I'm gonna be here in jail for 11 days, ma'am. Is that what's?
Talk to your attorney. Somebody will come out and talk. to
This
you.
ain't right. This is not right, ma'am. With all due respect, this is not right because no charges are.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Carl Higgins Jr.
Mr. Haggard. I've got current citations charging you with criminal trespass and possession of paraphernalia. You also have a warrant for failing to appear at sentencing on a felony charge. So I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. I'm going to release you on these charges, however. Conditions are you don't go back to 3200 North First and no alcohol or illegal drugs. Your next court date's December the 12th at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're still in custody, then the Public Defender's Office will handle it, keep you informed, keep the court and the prosecutors informed. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hager.
Yeah.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Sabrina Holland, Your Honor.
Miss Holland. Citation charging you with domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct alleged occurred earlier today. And my understanding, the victim is on the phone, is that correct?
Oh,
Yes, correct.
All right, and if you'll identify yourself, please.
My name is Luis Brenna.
You wanted to be heard on conditions of release, is that correct?
Yes, I do want her to be released. I would like to have contact with her.
Okay. All right, your next court date on this matter is going to be November the 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Do you understand that you need to be present at that time?
yes, I do.
No acts of domestic violence.
Okay.
You don't leave the state of Arizona, and you need to appear in court. Do you understand that?
I do.
All right, thank you, Ms. Holland.
Thank you.
Jay.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Proceedings.
Mr. Jennings. I have charges here from November 22nd of last year for shoplifting and failing to appear on December the 5th. Your next court date on these is going to be December the 12th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Because you are held on another matter, that's the warrant out of Pima County Superior Court, we'll appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. If you are still in custody on December the 12th, Public Defender's Office will keep you informed of the status of this matter. If you are out of custody, you need to appear. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And you're not to go back to Dick's Sporting Goods. Do you understand that?
yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jennings. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Come on, me, time to go.
I have current charges charging you with criminal trespass and possession of paraphernalia alleged to have occurred this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
I also have charges for criminal trespass from December 19th of 2019, along with failure to appear. It looks like you failed to comply with the Veterans Court Program. And then after you were released by pretrial in August, you didn't appear in September. Charges of criminal trespass from April the 20th of 2023. Again, failures to appear, failures to comply. Possession of paraphernalia, possession of prescription drugs, August 28th of 2023. Failures to appear, failures to comply. Obstruction, August 9th of this year, refusal to provide proper name, and again, failures to appear. We'll hold you on a $100 bond. If you post the bond, your next court date will be November the 12th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. No alcohol, illegal drugs. You don't return to the incident locations. And need to abide by your previous conditions of release. If you haven't posted the bond, you'll be seen on October the 28th at about 1:45. Right. Thank you, Mr. Mansell.
Pardon. Pardon.
Good evening, I'm Judge Hayden. There are
Juan Fernandez Martin.
Mr. Martin, I have citation charging with camping in Wash. We'll appoint Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Next court date will be December the 12th at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're out of custody and you do appear, if you're still in custody, then the Public Defender's Office will take care of it. And depending on how long you're going to wind up back in DOC, the state may wind up just dismissing these charges, but you don't go back to that location. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Martin.
I'll go back there. Are you there, Mom? I'll play the shirt.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Stephanie McDermott?
Ms. McDermott. I have petition to revoke probation, alleging that you didn't complete intake, didn't attend review hearings, didn't do your substance abuse counseling.
I'm sorry. I thought that my hearing was next week.
Your hearing was in June.
No, I've been,
We've got newer charges from May the 22nd for possession of paraphernalia, failing to appear in court.
right when I went to court for that.
You did not. I'm looking at the file. We also have charges from December of 2024 that have not been addressed.
We went to same day court. They brought us in. I don't know, maybe they didn't.
Also charges for remaining in the park after hours. We'll reappoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Next court date is October 27th at 1:45. If you post the $500 bond, you need to appear. If you've not posted the bond, you'll be seen on video. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to comply with the terms of probation. And
Is there any way,
Is there any way to get off my own record tonight?
No. Thank you, Ms. McDermott.
You know,
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are? Your name
Sheree Molina,
and your last name?
Molina,
Ms. Molina, I've got current citation charging is possession of paraphernalia alleged to have occurred at 1400 North Silverville. I have charges from December 5th of 2023 for criminal trespass. Along with failing to appear on December 18th of 2023. Looks like you were in custody in August of this year. Pretrial services released you and you did not appear on September the 30th. Charges for criminal trespass on November 21st of 2024. Again, failures to appear. Possession of paraphernalia on December the 27th. Failures to appear. Possession of paraphernalia on February the 28th. Failures to appear. Criminal trespass, July 28th, 1401 West Grant. Failures to appear. Criminal trespass on September 4th of this year, Frontage Road and Grant. Failures to appear. Soliciting from a vehicle from a median on September the 8th, vicinity of Grant and Freeway. Failures to appear. Will appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Bond will be $250. If you post the bond, your court date is November the 17th at 2 o'clock. If you haven't posted the bond, you'll be seen next Friday at 1:45 or sometime after that. You're not to go back to the vicinity of Freeway and Speedway at Congress or Grant. You're not to go within 2 blocks of 1400 West Grant. You're not to go back to 1400 North Silverville. Do you understand that?
yes,
And also no alcohol or illegal drugs. Thank you, Ms. May. Ms. Molina.
Monroe,
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Jesse Wade Monroe.
Mr. Monroe. Current citation charging you with remaining on a traffic median. The vicinity of Speedway and Freeway. We also have charges from October 20th of 2022 for criminal trespass, possession of paraphernalia, soliciting from a median, vicinity of Speedway and Silver Bell, and multiple failures to appear. Most recently on June the 2nd. Criminal trespass, November 17th of 2022. So 1238 North Anita. Again, with failures to appear. Soliciting from a vehicle on November 23rd of 2022. Scenery Speedway and the freeway. And again, failures to appear. Criminal trespass on May 1st of this year. Speedway and Anita. Failures to appear.
Speedway and Anita, ma'am.
Speedway and Anita, yeah. Criminal damage and disorderly conduct, May 6th of this year. Vicinity of Speedway and the frontage road. And failures to appear. Given your failure to appear history, your bond is $250. City Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. You're not to return within 3 blocks of Speedway and the freeway, to AM, PM, or any of the other incident locations. No alcohol or illegal drugs. If you post the bond, your court date is November the 18th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the Tucson City Court. If you've not posted the bond, you'll be seen on video on October the 28th, sometime after 1:45. Right. Thank you, Mr. Monroe.
Your Honor.
Hold on, I got it right for you. Just go to the back, you go back up there. Grab a seat for just a second.
Jail, what's the problem?
They're getting an inmate out of the cell, Your Honor.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Peanut Nacho?
Ms. Narcho. I have current charges charging you with camping in the washes, possession of paraphernalia, and possession of prescription-only drugs. I also have charges from October the 12th for criminal trespass at 1401 West Grant. I understand you're not to go back to that area.
Yes.
All right. Your next court date is going to be November the 18th at 9:30 in the morning. You're not to go within 3 blocks of Grant and Forbes. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Substance abuse assessment and recommended treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, be sure you show up in court. If you need assistance this evening, talk to the transition center on your way out of the building.
Okay, thank you. But
But I'm checking my brain. Yeah, we just finished it. Yes. Yes.
Hey, I just say it, and you are
Christopher Williams?
Mr. Williams. I have current charges charging you with camping in the watch, 1270 West Grant. But I also have warrant here for failing to comply with the sentence. Where you ordered 7 years ago to do some domestic violence counseling. No proof of guilt. You failed to appear on multiple occasions. Bond on this will be $500. Your next court date will be Friday at 1:45. If you post the bond, 9:30 in the morning.
It's like 2 times late. Very small. Take like this.
What's the warrant for, ma'am?
Pardon me?
What was the warrant for?
Domestic violence charges for failing to complete your counseling.
7 years ago.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're not to return to that wash. If you post the bond, your court date's November 24th at 9:30. If you haven't posted it, you'll be seen Friday at about 1:45. All right, thank you.
It did bring this. I'll take it.
Go this way, go this way first, and then go out the.
Shaking. Yeah.
Good evening, I'm Judge Payne, and you, sir, are.
Oscar Ortega.
Okay, what happened to? Okay. Never mind, I see what's going on here. Ms. Ortega, I have a warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court or Justice Court charging you with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, uh, child abuse, disorderly conduct, discharge of a firearm in the city limits, possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited possessor. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges and deny their counsel wish to be heard on further on conditions.
No, Judge, we just asked for the no bond hearing. Thank you.
You'll be held without bond. No bond hearing will be October 22nd at 2:30. Preliminary hearing date's currently set for October 27th at 1:30. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, no contact with any of the alleged victims. Thank you, Mr. Ortega.
Thank you.
Evening, I'm Judge Fade, and you, sir, are
Senator,
Mr. Villa. I have 4 warrants here for you. All for criminal trespass. All with failures to appear in court. My concern is that if I release you, you're not going to show up in court again. What can we do about that? Mr. Villa? I'm waiting to hear from you. So what you're going to do about that?
next. I want you to
Okay, you're unhoused, but that doesn't stop you from coming to court. So that's my concern. If I release you, are you going to appear in court next time?
I want to keep each other at days.
Pardon me?
I want to keep each other at days this month.
I can't quite understand you.
I want to keep each other at days this month. This month, October.
Right, but can you come to court if I give you a court date?
Yes,
You're sure of that?
yes.
I'm going to give you one more chance. But you don't go back to any of these locations. It's 1025 East Ajo, or 1001 East Benson Highway, or 727 Benson Highway, or 4801 South Campbell. On your way out of the building today, I want you to go to the transition center and see if they can help you get connected with services. The other suggestion for you is that next Friday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or 1:30, you come to Tucson City Court on the 6th floor in room 605. That's what's called community court. And there's lots of agencies there. They can help you get connected with services and help you get in better shape. So I need you to show up in those places, okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Villa.
Roll, online. People, Jennifer. Jennifer, sit right there. Go around, sit on the couch. Sit the date. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, you go ahead. Come on, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening.
Judge, they accidentally changed the sequence, so I told them and they're bringing the
Mr. Hawkins.
yes.
All right.
It's got.
Ronaldo?
Yes.
Yes, you.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Is Ronaldo Hawkins?
Mr. Hawkins. I have an interim complaint here charging you with criminal trespass in the first degree. Concerned about multiple failures to appear. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. And did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Yes, Judge. Because this is a classic felony trespassing, I understand the court just noted Mr. Hawkes is 6 on the scale, has multiple warrants from different misdemeanor courts, but Mr. Hawkes is not able to afford any bond, due to which we are asking you to consider, due to the low level of the felony, non-dangerous, non-repetitive nature. And we are asking you to consider one more chance on pretrial services. Thank you.
Anything further from the state, Mr. Kaler?
Nothing further, Your Honor. I believe the $2,500 bond recommendation is appropriate.
Um, I agree it's a low-level offense, but the failure to appear history is just astronomical. So bond is $500. Pretrial services, if you post that bond, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with those victims, you don't go back to within 3 blocks of this incident location. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And I have a warrant out of South Tucson for shoplifting February 18th of last year and failing to appear in court. Bond on this will be $100. Court date will be October 20th at 10 a.m. Michael Vaughn's appointed to represent you. And again, don't go back to the incident location. Possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. I have a stack of warrants here for you out of Tucson City Court.
Look at it up. It was a lot.
Nah. The file. You know how that happens. I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you on these charges because of your other holds. Right now, your next court date is going to be December the 12th at 9 a.m. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to go back to 3401 South 6, 3900 East Speedway, Santa Rita Park, 3301 South 6, 3355 South 6, and stay away from that whole general area. But upon your release from custody, if you're released before December the 12th, I want you to come to city court on a Friday afternoon at 1:30 and go to community court on the 6th floor. If you don't do that, then you need to be in court on December the 12th at 9 a.m. But you need to appear in court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And Judge, he was released on the city court matters?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
right, thank you.
You're done, Mr. Hawkins.
Michelle, go back up. Go back down to the.
Good evening, I'm Judge Jade, and you, sir, are,
Buenas noches, yo soy la juez Chayette. ¿Y su nombre es qué, señor?
Rodrigo Soto Lepro.
Rodrigo Soto Lepro.
I have an interim complaint here charging you with aggravated assault alleged to have
Tengo
occurred
aquí-
earlier today.
Tengo una querella interina aquí que alega que usted cometió agresión con agravante que supuestamente ocurrió más temprano este día.
Listen.
You can ask.
We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and if either counsel wish to be heard on conditions.
Voy a nombrar el defensor público para que lo represente en este cargo y algunos de los abogados desean decir algo acerca de las condiciones de liberación.
Briefly, Your Honor.
Brevemente, su señoría.
Your Honor, I will note that Mr. LePro does not have, it appears, a substantial criminal history.
Notaré aquí que el señor Lepro parece que no tiene antecedentes penales sustanciales.
And it appears there was no injury in this incident.
Y parece que no hubo alguna lesión en este incidente.
But so, given the circumstance, Your Honor, we would be requesting $2,500 bond, and that if he posts the bond, release to pretrial services and no contact with the victims.
Y ya con eso, su señoría, estamos solicitando una fianza de $2,500. Si deposita esa fianza, que sea supervisado por los servicios preprocesales y se le prohibirá tener contacto con la supuesta víctima.
And Judge, from the defense, as the state pointed out, I don't see any felony or misdemeanor history in the pretrial services report.
Y su señoría, como señaló el fiscal, yo no veo ningunos delitos mayores ni delitos menores en el informe preprocesal.
He's lived in Tucson for over a decade.
Ha vivido en Tucson más de 10 años.
His son was contacted. He was in third-party custody and taken to court.
Su hijo, se comunicaron con su hijo y puede recibir su hijo o recibirlo su hijo como la custodia de tercera parte.
It's not a gun offense, Judge. We would ask for pretrial services release.
No es una ofensa donde hay un arma de fuego, su señoría. Estamos pidiendo que él sea liberado bajo la supervisión de los servicios preprocesales.
Concern here is for safety of the alleged victim. So,
Y en cuanto a la seguridad de la supuesta víctima,
for that reason, there are going to be some very strict conditions of release.
debido a eso, habrán condiciones de liberación estrictas.
You're going to be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services.
Va a ser liberado usted bajo los servicios preprocesales como terceros que lo van a supervisar.
You'll participate in monitoring and treatment under their supervision.
Y usted va a participar en monitoreo y tratamiento a base de la supervisión de ellos.
No firearms or weapons.
Se le prohíbe portar armas de fuego ni ninguna otra arma.
No alcohol or illegal drugs.
Nada de alcohol ni drogas ilegales.
No contact with the alleged victims.
Nada de contacto con las supuestas víctimas.
You don't return to within 3 blocks of the victim's residence or work.
No regresar dentro de 3 cuadras del trabajo o el hogar de las víctimas o la víctima.
I understand that means that you're going to obtain an alternative residence.
Y tengo esto entendido que usted va a obtener una residencia alternativa.
You can go back to that area with law enforcement to get your personal belongings.
Puede usted regresar una vez acompañado con los agentes del orden público para recoger sus pertenencias.
And you're not to leave the state of Arizona.
Y se le prohíbe salir del estado de Arizona.
You understand that?
¿Comprende eso?
Sí.
Yes.
And I'd suggest you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney.
Y le sugiero que no platique de esto con nadie, menos con su abogado.
All right, thank you.
Es todo, gracias.
Madam Interpreter, I think he wants to ask me a question.
Very well. ¿Quiere hacer una pregunta al abogado, señor?
Sí, porque me dice que no veo estar cerca de mi casa. El señor ese vive enseguida de mi casa. ¿Dónde voy a vivir?
Well, you say I can't be near him, but that man, he lives right next door to my house. So where am I going to live?
You'll have to find an alternative residence that is at least 3 blocks from his residence.
Tendrá que encontrar una residencia alternativa que queda al menos 3 bloques de la residencia de él antes que vaya a su primera audiencia.
But you don't go back there without a law enforcement officer.
Pero no puede regresar allí sin estar acompañado con un agente del orden público para recoger pertenencias.
Do you understand that?
¿Comprende eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gracias.
So you're being released, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Jennifer.
She's here.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Buenas noches, yo soy la Judge Cheyette. ¿Quién es usted?
Jennifer,
Full name.
almost Jennifer, Alexa.
Jennifer Olmos Alexa. Ocupa intérprete. She does not need an interpreter, Your Honor. She's on the list for Spanish.
All right,
May the interpreter be excused.
you may.
Thank you. Good night.
No, it's all, yeah. If you can understand English, then yeah.
I have a number of things here for you. I have charges from March 16th of 2024 for shoplifting. Failure to appear on April 19th of 2024. And then it looks like again in October of 2024. I also have 4 other warrants for you. Those are out of city court. So I will reduce the bond on this from $500 to $250. Court date will be Monday at 1 o'clock. Saul Huerta is appointed to represent you. You're not returned to the incident location. Then, as I said, I have a number of files out of Tucson City Court.
It was pretty special on the note. That's that act of Congress. You get a court date right now. You can get it.
So I have charges here from July 6th of last year for domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. Let's go through the file. So you were seen on July the 7th. You were held on a bond. Ordered not to have contact with the victim, among other things. The victim requested that the conditions be modified. So on July 17th, you didn't appear. Matter was reset to August the 20th. You appeared then. You were given a court date of September the 17th. You did not appear on September the 17th. An order to show cause was set. You did not appear. So a warrant was issued in October of last year. And the bond was forfeited. And we have charges from July 6th, domestic violence disorderly conduct. It looks like January 22nd of 2024 may be when this matter is alleged to have occurred. Looks like the same series of court dates. Charges for criminal trespass and possession of paraphernalia on July 6th of last year. 2550 North Dodge. And failures to appear. And charges for criminal trespass, possession of paraphernalia, possession of prescription-only drugs on June 27th of this year. Failures to appear in
Yeah, what's up? I'm sorry, they put all my stuff today.
Will reappoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Bond, again, it's $500. If you post the bond, your court date's November the 25th at 9:30 in the morning. If you haven't posted the bond, you'll be seen on video on October the 28th in the afternoon. Contact with Fernando Salgado. You're not to go near his residence. You're not to go to 2550 North Dock, 393 West End.
It was cool. I went with it and everything. No, it wasn't about orange or anything else.
No alcohol or illegal drugs.
Should we kept you on the scene? Justice.
Please.
I don't represent you.
Oh, you don't?
No, because it's a misdemeanor.
But you are busy with them. But,
Yes, but for felonies only.
oh, okay, you understand. Okay, I guess I can, should be told. So,
Your Honor, she's asking me to make a courtesy request to reconsider bond. I explained to her I don't represent her on the misdemeanors, but
You have failed to appear multiple times. You failed to appear after posting a bond. We've got repetitive offenses here. You're being held on a bond.
excuse me, can I make some allegations? It was a misunderstanding because I went with the person of the victim of those infamous bond cards inside already, and she was supposed to request a motion for removal of those incidents. And that's when I went to court for it. And the prosecutor told me that there was any more courts.
It must have been a different court because there's always been courts in this.
Nobody told me anything about it, or me or the victim.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah, because me and her went to the court, and she put a motion for removal, like to weigh the charges and stuff. And that's when I went to court, and that's my understanding.
There's not a female victim in this matter, so that must have been something else.
Yeah. So which case is this? I thought it was a female.
No,
Which one can I be? I know.
the victims in this matter, currently there's Fernando Salgado.
Oh, okay, that's in Nogales, right?
No, that's here in Tucson. And the other victim. Okay. Perhaps you're referring to Adeline Moreno, and that was, the charges weren't dismissed, you were just allowed to have contact.
Yeah, that was the one that I was thinking it was before.
No,
Well, no, to Fernando. I thought those things were in Nogales and those.
no. That's something different. All right, thank you. We have the
Yeah.
last 9 in the courtroom.
Yes, Judge, we have multiple defendants in the courtroom. Absolutely.
Okay. It's been a night, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, this is addressed to everyone there in the courtroom. Good evening, I'm Judge Shayette. This is the time set for initial appearances on felony matters and initial appearances and perhaps arraignments on misdemeanor matters. It's the time for you to be formally advised of charges against you, for me to set conditions of release on most felony matters, to appoint counsel. Not all felony matters, though. And set your next court date. It is not the time to talk about facts of cases or ask that charges be dismissed. Conditions of release will always include that you violate no laws, that you appear at all court dates, that you remain within the state of Arizona unless you receive permission of the court to leave the state. There may be additional conditions based on your history, your circumstances, and the events that occurred. These are
Francisco R. Ballesteros.
Judge, I know it's an out-of-county warrant. Is there any way I could be heard? I was just wondering.
I'm not appointing counsel, so
Yes, Judge. I just wanted to point to the court that I looked up the case on Arizona Public Access, and it shows slightly different information than what's on the free file services.
so what does that show?
So, Your Honor, the same case number shows that a warrant was issued on September 5th. And I'm sorry, an order quashing the warrant was issued on September 5th, and counsel withdrew as counsel of record on September 8th. That's the last thing I see on public access for the same case number. And he tells me he has a new court date for November 11th.
Whatever you talk to those.
Yeah, well, I understand.
And I was picked up at home because that's all you were still not into your sober.
Yeah, which is why.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Have a seat. Take a seat. That way, have a seat.
And when is your next court date?
November 11th.
I don't think so.
You know why? It can be November 11th.
No, November 10th. I'm sorry, it's 11:10.
Your Honor, I think the state, Mr. Goodman was mentioning to me that the state actually can access Santa Cruz County's minute entries. Am I accurate on that? You're muted, but
It, if there's a way for us to access those minute entries, I'm not familiar with that, unfortunately.
oh, all good. I was just talking to Peter Goodman about it.
The bondsman still has me as an active. Like I'm
Yes,
asking
you
to
posted a
violate.
bond, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Basically, come get you if you violate.
Yeah. See if I can see the 6-2 this week.
You didn't inform me that it's that.
This is the second time. I understand. I know there's a minute entry in 6-2. Just-
Go to their website and click on case information. It takes you to the public access site, so. Do you know which judge it's before?
No, ma'am. It's a new judge that just got appointed.
Doesn't take me that far out anyway. It's early in the evening. I might have been able to find out from someone, but not at this hour.
It showed it was squashed.
It shows it was squashed. Yeah. I think the judge is looking for the
Yeah.
last.
All right, I verified that and I will note that on the minute entry. But I'd suggest you call them first thing Monday.
Yeah.
I also have a matter out of Tucson City Courts
Yes.
for possession of paraphernalia, where you were ordered to do a bunch of things. In fact, it looks like I saw you in February. And you didn't show up at your next court date. Or the judicial pause in March. Looks like you were supposed to meet with case management.
I did, and I got an order of paperwork that I was going to start doing classes.
Yeah, that was in February.
Yeah,
long
I
time ago.
took a couple of classes
And then haven't shown up in court.
and
This is a problem.
I wanted to get that addressed also.
November 19th at 9:30 in the morning. All right, thank you, Mr. Ballesteros.
And Judge, he was released on his own recognizance on the Santa Cruz County.
But he needs to call them.
Yes, Justin. Okay,
Okay, so no return.
thank you.
Get a hold of your attorney withdrew, so have the court appoint you a new attorney. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck. You're being released. Yes. Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Is he being released for work? Or yes. And even or on the city.
Correct.
Thank you for entertaining that, Judge. I happened to look at it and he was asking me to check, which is why I checked.
Yeah.
So
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Federico Cosio.
Mr. Cotillo. Have an interim complaint charging you with narcotic drug sales and promoting prison contraband.
Very.
Looks like some of these things are alleged to occurred on September the 8th and some of it perhaps today.
Thank you.
We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Did either counsel wish to be heard further? Noting that there is an APO probation, domestic violence probation revocation pending.
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
yes, Judge, and I do see the Tucson City Court probation violation hold. Just a couple of things, Your Honor. The last conviction is from 2013, relatively remote. We understand it's not for a low-level offense, but still, it's due to the lapse of time. It's pretty old. Your Honor, Mr. Cosio's lived here 47 years. I understand this is charged as a sales quantity, Judge, which is presumptively it is sales quantity. I'm not disputing that, but there is no other indicia of scales like multiple baggies or having a scale, which is typically seen in drug sales cases. So it might very well be personal use, but higher quantities. In light of all of that, Judge, I was actually going to ask for release. It's a victimless crime, but if Your Honor is absolutely not inclined to do that, we ask that your son just
Supposed to be probation.
okay. So he informs me, Judge, that his son passed recently. So in light of all of that, I'm hoping for we are hoping for pre-trial services release, but if the court must set a bond, we ask that it be no more than 1,000. Thank you.
He's been in warrant status on a domestic violence petition to revoke for better than 2 years. Bond will be $4,000. Preliminary date is October 27th at 1:30. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment treatment is available in custody, out of custody, under the direction of pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. I said, I have a petition to revoke your probation, failing to report to adult probation, changing address. Will appoint city public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Bond is $2,499 in cash. Probation violation hearing will be November the 5th at 1:30. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, no contact with the victims. That would be Regina Cardiel and Marciano Cosillo. Not go near their residence, workplaces, or schools. And I'd suggest you not discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Cosillo. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Mando Granados.
Mr. Granados. I have a warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court charging with possession of narcotic drugs, possession of paraphernalia on June the 9th of 2024. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Set an arraignment date of October 24th at 1:30. And did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Your Honor, nothing beyond the written recommendation.
Your Honor, he already has a probation hold, so I will be asking for a bond. He tried participating in steps. He was unsuccessfully terminated. But in light of the nature of the charge, Judge, we would ask for $1,000 bond.
Bond will be $2,500 on this matter, pretrial services, if the bond is posted. And then I have new charges from today. Possession of paraphernalia and resisting arrest, passive resistance. In light of the felony holds, your next court date will be December the 12th at 9 a.m. You'll be released on these charges. City Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. No alcohol or illegal drugs. If you're in custody on December the 12th, Public Defender's Office will address that with the court. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. Thank you, Mr. Gonatas. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Shane Peterson.
Mr. Peterson. Interim complaint charged you with possession of dangerous drug, possession of narcotic drug, and possession of paraphernalia. We'll appoint Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. It appears that you may be eligible, you're eligible at least to be screened for participation in a program called STEPS. It's basically a diversion program, where if you're accepted into the program, you successfully complete the course of treatment, the charges are dismissed before they're formally charged. Did you want to explore participation in that program?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Time wave for PH counsel?
Yes, Judge, certainly. And I believe that puts us to December 1st.
Correct.
Okay.
Your next,
So,
your next court date is going to be a week from Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning in Pima County Superior Court. Do you understand you need to be present at that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
No alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to comply with steps. Probably want to start on substance abuse assessment and treatment even before that. Preliminary hearing date right now is set for December the 1st at 1:30. All right. Thank you, Mr. Peterson.
It's on. You can see the camera.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Sean Reed.
Mr. Reed. I have a number of things here for you. You've got the most serious charges and felony charges, but on misdemeanors, you haven't been really good about showing up in court. That's a bit of a concern. Understand when you've got a court date, you need to appear in court.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Felony matter, possession of narcotics, possession of paraphernalia. And looks like possession of narcotic drugs. We'll appoint the legal defender's office to represent you on these charges. Did you hear me speaking with Mr. Peterson about steps?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Here's, you may also be eligible to do that. Did you want to participate in that?
Yes, ma'am.
And time waive for PH, counsel?
Certainly, Your Honor.
Your next court date is going to be October the 27th, excuse me. That's a week from Monday at 9 in the morning, Pima County Superior Court. That's your initial steps hearing. You need to comply with steps, substance abuse assessment, treatment, any monitoring directed by pretrial services. And your preliminary hearing date right now is set for December the 1st at 1:30. Okay, that's one of a number of things I have for you. Alma, can I get a different out date for arraignment? 28th is fine. And who's the judge then? Okay. Because I don't want to give him an 8:30 at JP Court and a 9 o'clock at the Superior Court. All right, your next court date on this matter is going to be October the 28th. That's the very next day at 8:30 in the morning in the Justice Court. You also need to appear at that, no matter what your attorney tells you. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And again, you need to comply with steps in the substance abuse assessment and treatment. Then we have charges out of Tucson City Court. I have charges from July 28th of this year for criminal trespass, 1401 West Grant. Along with the failure to appear in court. I have charges from August the 16th for criminal trespass. Along with failures to appear in court. Charges from September the 6th for criminal trespass. And failing to appear in court. Your next court date on these matters is going to be November the 18th at 9:30 in the morning in the Tucson City Court. Again, no alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to comply with steps, substance abuse assessment treatment. You don't go back to within 3 blocks of 1401 West Grant. You don't go back to 2332 North Oracle. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Good evening. I'm Judge Shayad, and you, sir, are
Hello, my name is Kavion Robert.
Mr. Robert. Interim complaint charging with domestic violence, aggravated assault, alleged to have occurred earlier today. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Your Honor, I will just note that the interim complaint alleges domestic partner strangulation. That has a higher
I can read that.
likelihood of,
I'm familiar with
thank you,
that.
Judge.
Okay.
Just,
And just from the defense, we just want to say Mr. Roberts is gainfully employed. He's a baggage handler at the Tucson airport. He can't afford to skip court because anytime there is a warrant, they'll probably run him. He can't enter. He can't go to work if there is an outstanding warrant. So he avows to the court he will be there. Judge, so Judge, given a complete lack of history, I understand that for some reason the scale is slightly high. But in light of a complete lack of history, as per the pretrial services report, and he's only 20 years old, seems to have his mother who will provide alternate housing away from the victim. We have no objection to the court entering a no contact order at this time. In light of the stability he has at this stage, Judge, we are asking for pretrial services release. But if Your Honor is inclined to set a bond, we ask that it be close to $2,000. Thank you.
Anything further from the state?
Your Honor, we are asking for a no contact order with the victim.
Preliminary hearing date will be October 27th at 1:30. Bond is $25,000. If the bond is posted, then you'll be distributed to pretrial services. Beginning right this moment, you have absolutely no contact with Ms. Cantu. You don't go near her residence, work, or school.
Yes, ma'am.
You can go with a law enforcement officer to obtain your personal belongings. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment to the extent it's available in custody. If you're out of custody, then under the direction of pretrial services.
Wait, so can I postpone tonight or?
Yeah, please. Sorry. It sounds like there's a failure to appear from Justice Court, so we can deal with that once again.
Okay.
have a warrant for driving on a suspended license and failing to appear. I will release you on this matter. Again, no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't drive without a valid license. And clearly he's been going to work with a active warrant, so. All right, your next court date in this is going to be October the 27th at 8:30 in the morning. You don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol and illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. Now, your attorney does not represent you on these charges. If your attorney says you don't need to come to court, you still need to be in justice court on the morning of the 27th. Do you understand that?
On the 27th? Okay,
You have two separate dates.
All right.
okay. Yes, ma'am.
It's
Same day,
actually
but
the same day, different time.
same day, times 8:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m.
Okay, so 8:30 is
It's the misdemeanor.
okay, okay,
And 1:30 is the felony.
okay.
Good luck to you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Chair.
Good evening. I'm Judge Chad, and you, sir, are
Renee Samaniego the third.
Mr. Samaniego. Looks like you have lots of cases pending and you're not complying with conditions of release. Not a good thing because you're being charged today.
Are you speaking about the misdemeanor stuff from the lab paraphernalia case?
Well, right now I'm talking about the new felony charges. That would be a violation of your orders out of city court. No alcohol, no drugs. But you're being charged with possession of dangerous drug, possession of narcotic drugs, and possession of paraphernalia. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and either counsel wish to be heard on conditions.
Nothing additional.
Pre-trial services will be fantastic, but given the court's not inclined, if the court's going to hold him on the misdemeanors, we just ask. No, oh, okay. I'll be quiet.
All right, time waived for preliminary hearing.
Certainly, Judge. Thank you.
Now, you appear to be eligible to participate in that diversion program called STEPS. Did you hear me talk about that earlier?
I heard a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's where you comply with an evaluation and you do the treatment and the charges get dismissed. So you want to do that?
Yes.
If you comply, all right. So your next court date is going to be October 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Pima County Superior Court. You'll be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. You need to comply with them, including no alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to comply with STEPS. Preliminary hearing date right now will be set for December the 1st at 1:30. We also have a warrant out of South Tucson.
There actually a mistake on those booking sheets. Those are for Tucson. They were misbooked. They got
Okay.
detected and run to jail. I emailed them on that.
Yeah.
Those are city. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we have warrant here out of Tucson City Court for criminal trespass and failing to appear.
Your Honor, the failure to appear on that one, it was because I was currently in rehab during that court case. And I told him about that. I was supposed to go October 3rd and I went
October
late.
10th. Well, you were supposed to go June 11th too, so.
Yeah, well, June 11th, that's when I checked into rehab. That's why, and I'll communicate.
Then you were supposed to be in court again on October the 9th and you didn't come to court. So.
Oh, see, then I had the date confused. I thought it was October 3rd.
No.
Yeah, I had lost the paperwork. That was my fault then. Okay, never mind. I would try.
But you know that you've got an upcoming date in city court, correct? On November the 19th at 9 o'clock? Do you remember that?
No, I wasn't aware of that. But is that for the same case?
That's for a whole lot of cases.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
It's November 21st, not 19th. Do you know if he had counsel on those?
But I'm not sure, Your Honor. I didn't get a chance.
Let me do a quick look.
And Judge, I may have missed this out Tucson date.
That was an error.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, you did have a different court date on October the 3rd and you did appear on that. Perhaps. I'm not real sure. Let me look. Doesn't look like it. So, all right. So your next court date in Tucson City Courts, November the 21st at 9 o'clock in the morning. You need to appear. Your attorney tells you you don't have to come to court. You still need to come to city court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
No alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to comply with steps. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Samaniego.
Okay. But November.
yeah, so no date in South Tucson, but you have to go to city.
Okay.
Okay, November 21st at 9 a.m. and steps.
City court.
Yeah, that's on Alameda, 103 East Alameda.
Okay.
It's right there.
Bring out most seats. Hey.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shea, and you are
Megan Smith.
Ms. Smith. Warrant here charging you with prescription-only drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, possession of paraphernalia. These are all alleged occurred on October 23rd of 2022. Will appoint public defender's office, send an arraignment date for you for October 24th at 1:30. And did either council wish to be heard on conditions of release?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Judge, I was going to ask for release, especially because Megan made some good faith effort and enrolled in steps, but unfortunately relapsed afterwards, which is why she was terminated from it. And then, Judge, it appears she made some contact with pretrial services in January of this year and is before the court on the arraignment warrant. So, given the good faith effort and steps as well as some contact with pretrial, we are asking for one more chance on pretrial services release. Thank you.
Given the lack of verified housing, the misdemeanor charges, current and with failures to appear. Arraignment's October 24th. Bond will be $500 as set in the warrant. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Substance abuse and behavioral health assessment and treatment is available while in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you post the bond and are out of custody. Other than in the course of assessment and treatment, I'd suggest you not discuss this matter or these matters with anyone except your attorney. We also have misdemeanor charges from September the 12th for criminal trespass. 267 West McFar. Failing to appear. On September the 25th. We also have charges from today for possession of narcotic paraphernalia. Your next court date on these is going to be on the 12th of December at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Tucson City Court. If you're out of custody, do you understand that you need to appear at that time?
Yes.
If you're still in custody, then the City Public Defender's Office will address the matter with the court. You're not to go back to 267 West McFar, but within 3 blocks of Grant and Forbes. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
And again, behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. Thank you, Ms. Smith.
Your Honor, December the 12th at what, 1:45, I believe.
No, at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, my bad.
That's the non-transport reviews.
Ah,
And this is my very first.
okay. Don't stress it. Don't stress it. Okay.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Julian Valenzuela.
Mr. Valenzuela in a complaint charging you with criminal trespass alleged to have occurred earlier today. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and did either counsel wish to be heard?
Nothing additional from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense judge, hoping that the court will consider release. He tells me he got scammed. It's okay.
Preliminary hearing date's November the 6th at 1:30. You're going to be released to the third-party custody pretrial services. You're not to have contact with the alleged victim. You're not to go back within 3 blocks of the incident location. And under the direction of pretrial services, you'll need to undergo behavioral health assessment and begin recommended treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And yes, if I heard you say something about a scam, counsel, yeah, he may have been scammed to appear at the address, but not crawling through the doggy door. Be a little different. All right.
You're being released.
Okay.
You haven't figured out after all this time that I don't miss much?
No, you're not. I was surprised there was no criminal damage charge, but
Okay. And I have to go behavioral health, right?
Behavioral health, call your attorney. You can talk to your attorney, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right,
Alrighty.
good luck to you. Thank you.
Services.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Well, that was a night.
Yes, Judge. Almost at 10:45. It's been a while. When we did 8 p.m.s, it was a little different, but this is the first.